when you're writing, because you've mentioned कि इतने अरसे से you've been writing बचपन से, it's been a part of you. When you started writing about on your blog, which was not a diary, were you consciously thinking about what sort of tone to use, what sort of voice to place whatever you're writing about in? Because there's product reviews वगैरह तो शुरू से थे ना. It's not just a diary bit. So how
Hmm.
conscious were you about कितना relatable मुझे ये करना चाहिए? Is that even a priority initially?
Hmm. Hmm. अच्छा अगर शायद मैं बहुत इधर उधर बोलूं तो you can bring me back, हाँ, because
Sure.
so
हाँ, easy scene है. Yeah, yeah.
um अच्छा पता है relatability I'm not sure if I want it even,
Mm,
because I feel कि sometimes in looking for relatability we often kind of uh it's kind of, I mean, we're trying to find people who are just like us or
mm,
something that we can find, in them, which links us to them. Whereas I feel that, I don't wish to, even in my personal life or even my friends, they're probably not relatable to me at all. But I have that general connection with them because of who they are. So relatability to me is not has been a goal as such for me when writing, unconsciously also.
sure.
I think मुझे अगर भूल नहीं रहा, मैंने काफी अरसे से मैंने अपनी blog भी अब update करनी छोड़ दिया. I only do like once in a while, because long form writing थोड़ी वैसे ही out हो
Yeah.
चुकी है. तो but I think it's in my bio on my blog कि मैंने शायद लिखा है कि मुझे relatability. It's interesting that you said it. If I'm not wrong, मैंने लिखा था कुछ ऐसा. But anyway, but
क्या लिखा था
I
कि
think
you're
one of
not
the,
aiming for it?
like not, it's not a priority for me, and even probably not even something that I'd want, because like I said, like if someone who has like, and I'm primarily my audience is women, 80% type, so that's why if I give any examples it's primarily going to be about women. But just like I said, if someone even has like 6 kids, probably my lifestyle is not very relatable to them,
Mm,
because
mm,
I wake up on my own, like apni marzi se mera lifestyle around here. Whereas when you have kids, you obviously have like with my sister, it's different, she has kids, so I understand that. So I don't wish to be relatable to anyone, and I also don't want anyone to seek that in me. I think it's more about, which is why I also feel कि lack of empathy भी दुनिया में होती है, because हम लोग अक्सर उन्हीं की तरफ gravitate करते रहते हैं who are like exactly like us. So, and in a way strange way, it sometimes also becomes that you start to fit person into a certain expectation of yourself. So I think
sure.
all of that is a mix of relatability. I wouldn't want someone to like, I don't have expectations of anyone, and they shouldn't have an expectation of me. And there should be some, and I think that's what also leaves room for kind of the other person to make mistakes. Because ये भी होता है ना कि आप स्पेशली ऑनलाइन लाइफ में अक्सर लोगों को मिस्टेक भी नहीं करने देते हैं.
Mm,
खा जाते हैं हम लोग को, उनसे कोई गलती हो जाए तो.
yeah.
So I think it's all just a mix of that. But what was I saying? Relatability का तो नहीं, लेकिन इसके I forgot
I
something I was saying.
suppose I suppose relatability perhaps might not be the best word for it. I think the vibe people were getting, or at least the people I talked to about your work, the
Mhm.
vibe they were getting was it does not seem manufactured, in the sense that they're
Hmm.
comparing you to other content creators,
ठीक है.
influencers, people who are working with brand sponsorship, वगैरह. And the way you are able to integrate what is essentially a marketing plan that someone's getting in touch with you for, with like keeping it grounded, as in even if they don't have the same life as you, they can see अच्छा she's a real person and this is not like a caption जो कि किसी brand ने उसको
Mhm.
लिख के दे दिया है. Was that something that was important to you from the start? Because I think when you started उस वक्त तो इतना ये सब common ही नहीं था कि ये differentiations सोची
Mhm.
जा सकें
Mhm.
कि
Got
you
it. Got it.
know should I remain identifiable, or should I just be fully gloss magazine professional type, how to keep that balance? So I think that's
Hmm.
where people were coming from. Was that
Hmm. ठीक है.
something you
Got it.
consciously thought about, shuru se, or
I
it
think
just
not
happened?
consciously, but I think you have to keep a check on who you want to be as a person. I One of the very main reasons for why I left even corporate was because एक तो I wanted to do something of my own as well, but also because there were certain things which I found I was developing in myself which I didn't really like. Like
Yeah,
for example, and not to say that, people who work in these jobs, like my husband also works in a 9 to 5, right? And
sure,
I
sure.
also really value my experience because जितना मैंने सीखा है.
Yeah.
Did you say something?
No, 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 I'm saying sure, yes.
Okay. So, but like जितना भी मैंने सीखा है, like it was thanks to my corporate experience. But मुझे ऐसा लगने लगा था that एक तो मैं अपने आप को, because again, without trying to sound like कि bragging or whatever, I was at a senior position. I used to
Sure.
travel a lot. आप बिजनेस क्लास जा रहे हैं, टॉप होटल्स में रुक रहे हैं, ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, अब बोनसेस पे बोनसेस मिल रहे हैं, मतलब नॉट टू से इतनी को मैं वो थी, बट versus my life standard
Yeah.
I was doing
Yeah.
well. तो उसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आई वांटेड टू काइंड ऑफ, मतलब एक आई थिंक होती है, नॉट कि आई वाज एवर obnoxious as a person, but I could smell arrogance in me in a way, in a very strange way, not कि
Yeah.
किसी को नजर आ रही थी, आपको अंदर फील होती है,
Yeah.
sometimes you're not getting something and I think कि oh, why didn't I get it, like
Yeah.
कोई service चाहिए or something. So उस
Yeah.
तरह की चीजें थी. Plus I also felt that a lot of the role models that were in the typical office environment were people that were role models in the office, but they weren't role models in my personal life. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't want my kids to be like them, but
Yeah.
I wanted their traits to be in me, to position your stuff well, and this is how you frame a conversation. So वो चीजें नहीं चाहिए थी. So it was like a big mix of reasons why I wanted to also switch. So when I switched, this is something which I do till today, is कि कभी कभी कोई ऐसा project भी आता है which is like half, um I'll be like, I can't do this, but इसमें थोड़ा सा कुछ है. So I always do a check with myself कि why I started doing this was because I wanted to always have a very conscious part of, um, मतलब by moral compass, according to me, again that's subjective कि moral compass क्या होता है, but I think I wanted it to stay the same when I started, in fact just improve, not
Right.
kind of go back. So वो चीज एक है. And जब मैं शुरू भी किया था तो यही था मुझे कि एटलीस्ट आई शुड फील कंफर्टेबल ऑलवेज. एंड इनफैक्ट मैं थोड़ा सा, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, विदाउट अगेन एग्जैजरेटिंग, बट मेरी बहुत सारी पार्टनरशिप्स मुझे बहुत कभी कभी परेशान भी करती हैं, बिकॉज व्हेन आई एम the day I'm posting, मुझे उससे पहले I'm like going into this thing, am I sure I like it, am I sure am I telling the truth, like is all of this. तो वो बहुत ज्यादा मेरे अंदर एक चीज ingrained भी हो गई over so much time.
Yeah.
And I think it's not for anyone else, it's only
Right.
for me. Like I don't do it to be fair to the audience. I am very conscious of them spending their money, I understand that, but
Huh. Huh.
I'm not doing it for anybody other than me. Like I just feel better when I do it this way. So
Yeah.
maybe it's because of that, and it's always personal. I'm not doing this also, any of this for like कि दुनिया बेहतर हो जाए or something. I'm very
Sure.
aware that this is like my income source. So but I believe that you can make your money like doing this while also being 100% authentic.
Yeah.
So
So
of course there
authenticity
are
was a
people who give.
priority.
हाँ, मतलब बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनको 10 times मुझसे ज्यादा काम मिलता है. I say no to a lot of stuff, but मेरे साथ मैंने ये भी trend देखा है that now a lot of stuff that people know I won't say yes to, वो मुझे नहीं आता. Like कभी कभार मुझे projects इस तरह से भी आते हैं कि through a friend someone will send me a message without sending to the official channel कि उसको प्लीज बोलो कि वो करेगी क्या, वो करेगी हमारे लिए. सो मुझे फिर थोड़ी हंसी भी आती है कि लाइक एटलीस्ट आई बिलीव कि वो एक बैरियर है दैट दे बिलीव दैट आई वोंट जस्ट से एनीथिंग. सो वो बहुत सारा क्लटर पूरे 10 साल में ना, वो बहुत चीजें माइनस हो गई हैं, बहुत सारे
Right.
लोग माइनस हो गए हैं, फॉलोइंग बहुत सारी शायद छोड़ भी चुकी है. um, तो ओवरऑल क्लीनर एंड सिंपलर हो गया. सो इट्स इजियर फॉर मी टू डू इट एज वेल.
Hmm. Hmm.